really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I'm way too busy to hate on a bank account, look like she banking on tips. I came up from nothing, was laying on sleeping in bundles and paying no rent. Everyone loves you when fame don't exist. When I made $1 million, they said it, I switched. My watch is too pricey, my chain is on lit. My diamonds are icy, I'm skating on this. Skating like Gretzky back in the 80s and running from but that isn't Brady. This is jail, but that doesn't faze me. I keep to myself if that's what it takes me. The day that you play me, it be the same day me and Jennifer Lopez announced. So having some twins, there's 2 in the bag. You want the fame, but you wouldn't last. The difference between me and you is you trash. I'm really 100, you doing too bad. Look, if I'm at a 10, then you like a...
Welcome, everyone. We appreciate you joining us for a little basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. You look at the Grizzlies.
And they won't play each other after this game. And after losing the first one to these guys, you know they want revenge.
Going winless against any team is not your desire. I mean, no matter how many or how few times you face them, that's not something you want on your ledger. That'll be motivation enough for them today, all by itself.
Here's Paul. The rebound by Kukoc. And really an offensive transformation for the Grizzlies since 2024, Grant.
Yeah, they're pushing the pace, playing a unique style with a lot of cutting and movement off the ball, crashing the offensive glass. I mean, it all seems to be working.
Here's Knipple. To the middle. Here's Randolph. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Go on and get up, Z-Bo. Randolph isn't going to win any leaping competition, but he knows how to finish around that bucket.
Hardaway's shot is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Pressey. Clock at 6. Here's Knipple. Hits the front of the rim and out. Hardaway up top. Here's Duncan. Fires the 3. And here's Knipple from the arc. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Porzingis sets a screen. From downtown, Randolph grabs the miss. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Pass to Knipple. Pulls up. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Hardaway on the wing. Here's Duncan. On target from range.
You set him up. Tim Duncan will knock him down.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Pressey. Pass to Knipple. And there's a 3-second violation. Now here's Hardaway to the paint. Here's Duncan. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Duncan is not messing around when he's in this deep. All business. Very assertive and effective.
Inside. Chamberlain. And rejected. 6 to shoot. Another shot. And again, it's Memphis missing.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Chamberlain pulls it in.
Got what he wanted, but then blew the lay-in. He tricked that one.
Shot from the top of the key. Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5, looking shaky out there.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
To the inside. Duncan. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Here's a 3 from Paul. Shot to stop the run. Chamberlain, no good.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And now Memphis on the break. Paul for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Pass to Hamilton. Beyond the arc. Hits the trifecta.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Down low. Here's Chamberlain. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
Hey, we all know this. It's no secret. I mean, one of the areas of Wilt's game that's below average is free throw shooting.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. The Hornets are led by head coach Charles Lee, who was a 2-time champion as an assistant coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. He won a title as an assistant coach with the Bucks in 2021, then another as the top assistant for the Celtics in 2024, and that's exactly why Lee was brought to Charlotte, to establish and build a winning culture.
Here's Scalabrine, and off the glass. That one's good. That does it for the first quarter. Hornets out in front, up 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, in an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Launches a 3. Drops in the 3. Scalabrine's got 5.
And what a passer Paul is. Exceptional at seeking out his guys and getting them into a rhythm. He had 2 first-quarter threes and now just added another.
And there's the screen. Pass to Scalabrine. Porzingis grabs the board.
Well, with his solid midi game, you expect him to knock that one down.
Oh, deflected. Here's Duncan. 15 points in the game. Shot clock at 3. Shoots over Paul. Again, Charlotte. And for offensive players, they say that understanding angles gives a big advantage. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Clark?
I think I can, B.A., a little bit. When you think about the geometry of the game, angles, spacing, timing, those things are not what you would think about when you think geometry, but how you cut, how you move, when you move, get to the basket, all of that stuff is part of the geometry of the game.
Paul with the double. And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here. Outside Anunoby. Pass to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Fades. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
And, you know, this team depends on Duncan offensively because they know how great a scorer he is.
Outside Paul. Here's Scalabrine to stop the run. Longley with a rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And so Tuomas Isalo calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. A big group substitution here for Memphis. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. To the paint. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
Yep, on the interior, Wilt's enormous size, just too much to overcome, and certainly something that can't be taught.
Inside. Pass to Knippel.
2 minutes remaining.
To the inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
You know, because Zach Randolph plays with such force and physicality, it's hard to guard him without fouling.
And Clark with the landmark decisions opening the door to NIL revenue for athletes in college and even in high school. It's the wild, wild west for amateur basketball.
There's no question the landscape is chaotic, dizzying even. But they deserve a slice of that pie, and this is a long time coming. Kids have an opportunity to leverage their talent to get paid right now. And in some cases, begin the process of creating generational wealth before they even become of age to vote. That's a pretty powerful combination.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
To the middle. Oh, it's stolen. Now the Hornets moving it up. Here's Harper. No points yet. Pass to Duncan. Fades back. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
When you're wide open like that, no need to fade away.
Here's Knippel. Chamberlain. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits. Charlotte leading by 11. Pass to Anunoby. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
And so Tuomas Isalo calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively, something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Memphis making a switch here. 23 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Randolph. Fade away. 2 points. That one goes. Randolph's got 7 points.
You know, that mid-range shot is still dangerous. It's clear Randolph has it going on from there.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw's good from Anunoby. Memphis making a switch here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Here's Kersey. Ball from deep three-point land. And so it's Charlotte now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. There's a screen, and here's Knippel from the arc. The rebound by Duncan.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Outside Anunoby. 4 on the clock. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. A nice shot by Duncan. Duncan's got 23 points.
You know, that shot is virtually automatic for Duncan. I and he's extremely dependable in that mid-range area.
Pass to Randolph. And stolen by Porzingis. Here's Anunoby. And he gets that one. 5 points in the game.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. OG Anunoby is so disruptive. He's led the league in steals. And he said, I want to be the defensive player of the year. I've always thought I was the best defender in the league. I'm athletic enough, strong enough, and smart enough to defend every single position. Back to you, Brian.
Very confident. Thanks much for the report, Allie. Down low. Duncan. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams. You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
Counted. Duncan's got 8 points in the quarter.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
And it's Paul off the drive. Pass to Chamberlain. And stolen by Hardaway. Here's the break. And laid in to finish off the break. Hardaway's got his second basket.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Chamberlain, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here we go. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
And this is year 2 for Coach Charles Lee at the helm of the Hornets, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., a long-time assistant. He knocked on plenty of doors before finally securing the lead role. And that determination to break through, something he's looking to impart to his young roster. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Some changes for Memphis. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. To the inside. Here's Scalabrine. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Scalabrine's got his third basket on the night right there. Anunoby can't get it to go. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for Memphis. .107 left to play in the third quarter here. And Anunoby pulls it down. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 14-6 run. Again, the miss by the Hornets. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Richardson, no good. Hornets leading by 20. Pass to Elo. Knocks down the long J. Elo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, look at how quickly Elo gets that shot off. Doesn't waste any time with that open.
Here's Kersey. So Tuomas Isalos decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Here's Scalabrine. Off the inbound, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Outside Carter. Pass to Scalabrine. 1 second left. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. It hasn't taken them too many shots. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And here's Charlotte. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. Pass to Elo. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Nails it from beyond the arc.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Randolph. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
It's a one-on-one situation. Paul with the bucket.
Never surprising to see Chris Paul start the break now. But as we see right there, he's just as good at finishing.
Outside Anunoby. And the three-pointer goes.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Inside. The shake. Pass to Elo. Lets it go from deep. And the Hornets, another three.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
It's just a bad foul. Gotta be smarter than this.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Paul with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. And Scalabrine gets it to go.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Hardaway with it. Here's Duncan. Chamberlain pulls it in. Left side, Richardson. Pass to Scalabrine. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's Duncan. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Yeah, Duncan had a little fun toying with the defense there. Got him to bite on the pump fake.
Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA is quite staggering. But there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world.
The shot from 20 feet out. Chamberlain pulls it in. And here's Memphis. Here's a three from Paul. The rebound by Kukoc.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And the layup is good off the glass.
For all that's said about his perimeter work, Porzingis benefits a lot when he's making an impact inside. That makes defending him all the more challenging.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Hornets.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
So that wraps up the season series between these two clubs. And they must be pleased to have finished things off at 2-0 against the Grizzlies.
Pass to Chamberlain. And stolen by Hardaway. Here's Kukoc. Again, Charlotte.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's the pick. Here's Scalabrine. The putback. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 19-7 run. Pass to Duncan. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Tries it from 16. Porzingis misses. And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans.
This team really showed what it's capable of.
I'm like, why?